Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Growing Clip-Bonsai for Seniors. My name's Tom Novak. Today is October 24th of 2022. It's Monday. It's 73 degrees Fahrenheit or 23 degrees Celsius. Fall weather, crazy, man. I'm going to see if I can save the Shangri-La tree. What is a Shangri-La tree? I have no idea. It might be a ficus because it's labeled a Fukian tea, and it's not a Fukian tea. It's probably a type of ficus. Now, I'm not that good on ficus. I know a lot of you guys are because I don't do that many ficus. But I'm going to use Miko's and Ted's cactus mix on it. Now, this is what I'm telling you. Not to buy stuff unless it's cheap, and you can, if you're a beginner, you can practice on stuff because Roy's friend here got this tree on sale cheap. I know it was $60, but still that's a lot of money, and it's labeled Fukian tea. That's not a Fukian tea. It looks like a ficus because of the leaves and stuff, but I'm not that well adept. But I mean, it was growing good, and then it went pukey on him. So he gave it to me to see if I can save it for him. So let's see what we can do. Right now, there's some dead limbs on it, so I'm going to take my ironwood tools and just start clipping away here. I mean, some of these might be good. I don't know, but I just want to get rid of some of this dead stuff. I mean, this one's pliable. It's got a little bit greens on the tips. This one's got green on the tips. This one's got one coming out this way. See, for growing clip, I don't use wire. I just grow them as I think they would grow in nature. But if I clip, I would clip like below here and then have this come out this way, or I can just cut it back to here or above here and let it come out this way. But I think I'll cut this back a little bit. And this way here, this one's got some green on it, so we'll see what we can do with it. Now, I know I'm a little far because this place is a mess. I got a cotton Easter that died in the front, but it had a long branch and it rooted into the soil, so I was able to get some of it out. So I got my cotton Easter out there in a big pot of soil, and I'm going to overwinter it and see if the roots will take and see what happens to it. But let's get back to this. You can see the label. Fukian tea, which it is not, so that label's gone. So let's get it out of the pot. Let's see what the roots look like. I mean, it looks green here, but this part might be dead. I don't know if they overwatered it, underwatered it. You can see how dark and black it is over here. So let's see if we can get this out of the pot. That's a little hard. You're saying, Tom, I thought you always do this in the evening or in the early morning. Yeah, I do, but when somebody brings me something like this, and it's cloudy all day, so that's good. So it'll be down here in the dark. It'll be all right. I've been outside in the cloudy weather, so it's not under a lot of stress. Okay. So, I don't want to, as you can see the root back down to here. Now this might be dead, we might be able to cut it. I don't know. Let's try our ironwood here, just like that. And yes, I got my ratcheting pruner someplace else. Tom, haste makes waste. But we'll see what happens. And oh yes, people that like saying, oh, you're using lipstick, not cut paste. Tell them lipstick is natural wax, and you can fool them. Right now, my sister got black lipstick for me. It's Halloween, I told you. So now it's going to look like cut paste, and they'll never know the difference what you're using. Okay, let's get back to brass tacks here. Let's see, what can I do with this soil? Tom, what'd you do with your bucket? Aha. Here it is. So let's get this out. Now I got my water there. We're going to do underwater root raking. because I don't know how delicate these roots are. So if anybody knows what this Shangri-La tree is, I'd be happy to know so I can tell them the truth. I know it's a ficus, but what type of ficus? With these big bulbous roots, I have no idea. I got my other ficus from Ted's, but I'll do that a little later. But I have to try to save this one. Now this soil's hard like a rock. So I don't know what kind of soil the vendor used. So I'm just trying to see, when you do it underwater, the soil starts to get moist and you're not tearing the roots on something like this. So here we go. Wow, this really looks like an octopus. I don't know. So remember, if you're just starting out, I mean, if you're an enthusiast, yeah, go for it for $59. But when it's something like this and you're just starting out, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for you to try to do it. I mean, you can do it. Just you got to take your time. I don't know what shape this tree was in when he got it. So what we're going to do, it looks something out of a monster picture movie. The bottom there. So, to get this in the pot, this is going to be high in the saddle, so to say. So, I'm going to take my other ironwood tools. I'm going to just go for the cut. Like that. We're going to take this branch off here, hoping that it'll come out like that. Now it's still going to sit tall in the saddle here. So I don't know if this will take off these roots. This root's twisted around here. So, and it's cracked over here. So I'm just going to take it right to here. See if I can get it out. There we go. It's got roots on it. All these cuttings root, I have no idea. I can give it a shot. But you can still see how it looks. Now we could probably stick it in a pot like this, but I don't know. There's some roots here. And this one's like, now let me get this out. This root, it looks like we might be able to save it. I don't know, but we're going to just cut it. It's a downward facing root. I'm just going to touch these up because I know it's in soil. And there are some roots over here. Oh man, you guys ain't seeing what I'm doing. Sorry about that. What I did is I took these roots off. And I took this one off. Man, you gotta say, Tom, move that camera down. So there it is. It still looks like something from outer space. I don't know. I think Nigel Saunders would like this one. But I'm going to take a chance and cut it back to here. And just cut it. Cut it. Cut this big root off like that. Now you're gonna say, Tom, if you plant it, it's gonna rot. Well, no, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put it in the soil. Now this might even grow too. I don't know. We can give it a shot. But I'm gonna put this in the soil. There's a nice root here. And I'm gonna see, I wish I had my Azus powder. I could have dusted it. But what I'm going to do is just stick it in the soil, and the soil's not that wet. It's just damp. And we'll, I could even use a smaller pot. Aha! Okay, Tom. You got to start thinking. It's a good thing I started on this thing now because the tangler was here and I had to untangle this goofy cord because I don't know how he keeps tangling it. I mean, this is something else. try to get stuff untangled, but the tangler keeps coming down here. Now, what it is that tangles it, my wife thinks the basement's haunted, but who knows, maybe now. So I'm going to cut this guy. But with Kevin around, nothing comes around and bothers us. So that's good, but I don't believe in that. Okay. I like these little meshes. You got the lines to cut and make it in. You get them at the craft store, $1 a sheet. So what I'm going to do is just cut this back a little more. See, follow the lines. There. Perfect fit. It's a washed pot. And it should fit in just like this. I know it's a little stiff and taut, but we're going to leave the dark side on that side. Okay, Tom, what are you looking for? Okay, here's my cups. So I'll get Ted's soil mix out. I think he uses cocoa peat, because I know he sells nice big bricks of it, but you do a good job. I bought it by the bushel, their cactus mix. I mean, this is good stuff. I mean, he made like, the last time I was there, he had over 10 bushels of soil. And once that soil is made, it goes like wildfire. People just come in and buy it. And I don't blame them. I bought a whole bushel of it. Okay, Mr. Cord, get in my belt loop so we don't trip over you. Okay, so I think we can fit it in something like this. Man, that is a fat root. Winds around like a snake. But I don't know, maybe the guy likes the fatness of the root, and I will save it. There we go. If it was my plant, I'd have taken a chance. But now I'm going to just put the mucus all around the cut ends. I'm going to put this in. Let's fit it in the pot the best we can, because we want to start the roots to go. There's the cap. Yep, I got to buy the Azus. Okay, now we'll take our little measuring cup. So you never know what you get until you get it. So let's put a little bit higher here. Let's have a little bit higher over the pot. Just like that. Now, I'm not going to water it. I won't water it for a couple of days. Just to let the end harden off, or at least a good 24 hours. Then I'll give it a little, I'll keep spritzing the leaves so they don't dry out. But probably 24 to 48 hours. Then I'll give it a light watering. And then we'll just go from there. But that's what I says. When you're starting out, that's why I do all them small trees and stuff. I don't do nothing really big because I want people to try, start out small. I mean, the guy seen it, hey, this is a good bargain. I know it's a good bargain, but it was all dried out. It was dead looking. I mean, all the leaves fell off. It was waterlogged. So, I don't know. Maybe we saved the roots from rotting. Now, don't be afraid. Fire them fingers in. Fire them fingers into them crevices there. Don't be afraid. Fire them fingers in. You gotta fire it in. And I'm gonna put some more mucus in there. And remember, you're gonna say, Tom, that's a lot of mucus. Yeah, but it's beneficial bacteria. It's not a fertilizer. Oh, got something stuck in there. Sometimes the granules are a little bit bigger, but there we go. Get our cup and put some more soil in. Just like that. Okay. Okay, now fire it in. Fire your fingers into the soil. Pretend you were a little kid. You were a little kid once before. Some of you that are watching, the youngsters, hey, have mom and dads, don't tell them, don't be afraid. Fire them fingers in. That's what you got to do. Fire them in. Fire them in. Now, if you've got arthritis, I know you can't fire it in, so use, I forgot who told me this is a cocktail spoon. So if you can get a cocktail spoon and get that ball in there and fire it into the holes there. Fire it in. Just fire it in. Okay, fire it in there. Fire it in there. You're going to say, Tom, you might hurt the plant. Now, it's half and half, so what are you going to do? You got to give it a shot to bring it around. Just like that. There we go. Okay, I'm going to fire it in. Remember, fire it in. Fire it in. Don't be afraid. Fire them fingers in there and get this thing going. Fire it in. Fire it in. Remember arthritis, use the ball or the spoon. There we go. Fire it in. Fire it in. There you go. Just like that. Don't be afraid. There. Now take our other chopstick. And we gotta get, yep, get the cavities out. Get your fingers, get it in there. Fire them fingers into the underneath side there. There we go, just like that. Just like that. There. Just like that. Just like that. Alright, we got to get a little more of our soil. Get our spoon. Yeah, I'm going to let this sit a day because it was soaking wet, so it's got to have a lot of moisture in there. You could see how moist them roots were. So we're going to label this our Shangri-La tree until I find out the name from one of my viewers. I know it's a ficus, and it's not a Fukian tea. How they can label this a Fukian tea, I'll never know. But it's not a Fukian tea. Just like that. And we'll experiment. I'll get a little cup and I'll put some of them roots in there and see if anything will grow. You never know. Okay, Tom, you're going to say, Tom, where's the front at? Who cares about the front? I want the tree. Once the tree lives, then we can figure out a front. Now this can go this way, and it'll look like a snake going into the ground. That's one way of looking at it. But I think for now, this might be a good front. And see, this the calluses will harden over. And we'll go from there, see? You can see how this one's starting to rot over here. So, let me cover up my bucket so I don't get the soil all goofed up with all this stuff. Yeah, I had this as a pot because I didn't know how big it was, but I'm glad we went to work on this. So what I'm going to do is just cut this piece off. Just like that. I forgot who said it, but you can put cinnamon on here. And it's supposed to be able to dry it. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll try that. I don't know if I got any cinnamon. But it's supposed to help it callus over real fast. And I forgot what video I seen it on, but hey, I'll get some pots and we'll try this out and see if we can root it. Some root, some don't. I mean, what are you going to do? It's winter time. It's not the time to do it unless you got a heat and then one of them heat mats. But right now, I'm still cleaning up and trying to get ready for winter. So here's our little tree. It's a ficus, but what kind, I don't know. I call it the Shangri-La tree. And there's our snake going into the ground. That'd be a good one for the kids. You can tell them it's a little snake. But once, I'd say maybe Thursday morning, I'll give it a nice little spritz and a little watering. And we'll go from there. And on the children's corner, after I get everything fixed up and stuff, maybe next week, I'll do a children's corner. And then I'll tell you where I'm going to give a giveaway. And here's what I'm giving away to 5 of the luckiest kids that write in first. A Mr. Elephant Christmas Cup. Saying Merry Christmas. So I'll let you know on the children's corner where to write in and what to use. And I'll just go from there. The first 5 will get it. And if Freddie's out there, Freddie's mom, I don't know. Don't write me yet. I'll tell you when I do the children's corner. But I got 6 of them because I promise. You know, Freddie's been such a good viewer, and I got Mia stuff, so I'm going to give Freddie one of them cups and one of these here cups. I'll send it to him. So I think I can probably send 2 to Canada and the rest of the United States, because out of country, it'll cost me an arm and a leg. Something like $50 just to send a little cup. But in Canada and the U.S., it's a little cheaper. But hey, for the kids, I don't mind if I spend a little more. But I'll let you know later on when I figure everything out and how to do it. I never did it before. But for the kids, hey, why not? It's Christmas. Okay, so today is Monday night. Long video. Oh, I got to shut up. You guys are probably bored like heck. It's Monday night, comedy night. Get yourself a cup of tea. Burns and Ellen, the Great Gildersleeves. Jack, Benny, Fibber, McGee, and Molly. Burns and Ellen. And if you like to listen to people fight, these are funny. Listen to the Bickersons. I mean, it's crazy, but it's pretty funny. And then you got our Miss Brooks. So you take care, everybody, and have a good day. Take care.